Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to be talking through my thought process and explaining why I am making all of the decisions that I am making in a ranked game of the finals. Now in this one, there's only two people on our team. It's me and one other medium. So you would have seen there in the top left hand corner it said knockout round 2. This is the second round of a ranked tournament. I'm skipping the first one because in the first one we had 3 players. And then the third player left at the very start of the second one. So from now until the end of the match, it's just going to be us 2. But we did qualify the first round with 3 players, so I'm just going to skip that one. But anyway, we're going to win this tournament with 2 players. So how you're going to want to play this is you're just going to want to really coordinate with your teammate quite well. If they're low, try and go help them out. If they're like dead, you gotta go and revive them because you're not gonna have many coins. Or you're gonna want to get team wiped because then at least you're gonna respawn at the same time. So here I'm low, I just run away. Whenever you're low, just run away from the fight. No need to try and 1v3 or 2v3. All of our fights are going to be 2v3s, right? So you're gonna want to have as much health as possible here in all of your fights. So if you're low, just run away, take a second, come back in, rejoin the fight. There's a heavy behind me. I jump out the window and RPG them. They're shooting me with a shotgun. I suspect they're going to follow me up. So I chuck the dome shield down. Teammate comes up. I think this heavy is through here somewhere. I didn't see where they went. There's one behind me. Teammate is healing me. I charge and slam. I get a heavy. Did we just wipe a team? Someone got wiped as I killed that person, but I think there's a different team here that just shot at me. I think that's what happened. But I got a kill there anyway. And I said thanks for my teammate. You know, positive reinforcement is always good, especially when it's the only other teammate on your team. If you say thanks when someone is healing you, it is probably gonna make them more likely to heal you again in the future. But this is also good for my teammate as well. He's like focusing the heals on me. I mean, he can't heal himself and there's not a second teammate to heal. So if you've got the healing beam, that might actually be a good thing that you've only got one other teammate because you're not splitting the heals or the attention between 2 teammates. Like my teammate can only heal me, which is not that bad. Like healing beam is definitely the best specialization to be playing with in a duo, I would say. So I die there. I try and blow someone up on the stairway as they come up to me, but the C4 blows me up. I really didn't think the range of that C4 would get me there, but it did, so I basically just blew myself up, and my teammate dies as well because they were, you know, on their own. I was on my own, teammate was on their own. Wasn't great coordination from either of us, and someone else stole the cash out. So that was not great, and now we're going to respawn. I blew myself up there. So we're going to respawn, and we're going to go to cash out B, probably. Now you can try and go back to cash out A here because that's where the last fight was, so maybe someone's going to be there that you can third party. You can go for third parties, but I think the heavy has enough killing power for you to 2v3. I honestly think as a heavy, you can 2v3 quite comfortably and win the fight. So we're not really going to try and third party any of the other cash outs or anything here. We're just going to take teams head on. So I get a kill there. I think I'm about to get a second one. Teammate assists. Chuck the dome shield down. There is one more heavy there. I think they got rezzed. Maybe they didn't, though. I saw him somewhere. I don't know where he went. I think he dropped down. I see something here, so I go over here. I think they might be down, but they're actually just across the roof. I should have checked the roof first. Teammate gets a kill, I think. I get a kill. There's still one more heavy left. This might actually be Orange and Salmon that we're fighting here. Maybe that's why I was confused. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. It's Orange and Salmon that's fighting here, so, you know, really awful team colors. I'm hoping that gets changed, but yeah, we were fighting Orange and Salmon there. I just chuck a dome shield down and I try and steal the cash out. There isn't much time left on it, so I think I might be able to get it here. Sure enough, I get it. I just have to stay alive for like a couple more seconds, and now I don't even have to defend it anymore, so I just go for my teammate's totem. Up to a certain point, you have to defend the cash out, and then once the cash out like expires, before the cash out expires, there's a couple of seconds where you can just leave it early because it's going to be impossible for anyone else to steal it. It takes 6 seconds to steal the cash out, so if you can look at a cash out and you can recognize like the 6-second marker on it, then you can just leave. I'm happy that we got that cash out because, you know, it was a little bit lucky. Salmon and Orange were there. I think at the time I probably just thought it was like one team though, because the colors are very similar. And here we both get C4 barrels. I was trying to tuck 2 C4 in a barrel myself because that's like quite a good way of trying to kill a lot of people at the same time. But their heavy also had a C4 barrel and we blew up. So that is not great. We've got 10 seconds on our cooldown. Whenever you're in the spectating mode, just just use it to see what's going on. I see this person throws the vault off the map, so I know it's going to respawn. They're going to pick it up. I'm trying to look at whether Vault 4 or Vault 3 is going to be put in first. I'm trying to think about whether we should go to the cash out or go to Vault 4. No one's opened Vault 4 yet, so we're just going to go to cash out D because we want to go to the one that's been put in first, because that means no one's going to third party at it afterwards. Again, just like minor things. But here, I waited for my teammate to come with me, and then we used the elevator together, and that just means that we're together at the start of this fight. So minor things like that go a long way, because if I didn't wait for my teammate there on the elevator, we wouldn't have been together. And especially if you've only got 2 people on your team, you want to be playing together as much as you possibly can, because otherwise you're just not going to win the match. So I go up here, I try and look at my teammate to tell him that I want to go up. I think he's being naded, and then I try and go up on my own because this was the person that was nading my teammate. So I try and take the person out that was attacking my teammate, right? And I do, I chuck a dome shield down super low, reload my shotgun, and now I think someone's gonna res that guy, right? Their totem was at the top of the elevator. I see my teammate fighting, blow him up, I get a kill. I think my teammate got someone as well. That's a team wipe. So we just wiped purple. So I got one, I like 1v1 to heavy, I got one. I threw 2C4 where the person's totem was. Totem camping is very, very, very powerful. I think my teammate also got a kill, and bam, that's a team wipe. So the heavy definitely has a bunch of killing power. Shotgun's super powerful. RPG is very, very good to start off a fight. C4 is very powerful as well. So I was stealing the cash out, and I stopped because something hit me and I didn't know what it was. I could have kept going, but then my teammate died as well. So I was going to try and rest them before I steal the cash out, and we do die. So that is a little bit unfortunate. We get third-partied straight after we wiped purple, and we just don't end up getting this cash out. We really nearly did, but unfortunately we didn't. So that was very close. I don't actually know what's going to happen here. So there's 2 minutes 40 seconds left in the game. Now, you can either try and go back to cash out D here, or you can try and get Vault 4, open that up, and chuck that into a cash out. Alternatively, if you had a little bit more time, you could open Vault 4 and put it into cash out D, so that when the next vault spawned, there would be 2 instead of just 1. But anyway, we're gonna go back to cash out D. There's really not much time here. I chuck a dome shield down. I'm gonna try and kill whoever I can here. I have to kill them quickly. I wait for them to res. I RPG because they're gonna be low after being defibrillated. And my teammate, the legend, just steals the cash out. So I killed a couple of people. I think I killed the people that were by the cash out to try and take their attention away from it. And teammate got the cash out. So that was very, very good. Now, I'm marking Vault 5 because I want to defend it. Note I didn't just mark it, I like held down the mouse wheel button and then I clicked the right of it, and that's the defend. You want to defend this, you don't want to open Vault 5. We're in first place. If nothing changes for 1 minute 45 seconds, we win. If someone else starts a cash out, maybe we're not going to win anymore. Well, if 2 people start a cash out, maybe we're not going to win anymore. I hear someone open the vault, I try and blow them up, they don't get killed. But now I'm just going to circle back to my teammate. This is only the second round. You can coin, but this would be a really, really, really bad place to coin. You just don't want to coin here, especially if you're just a 2-man, because those team wipes are going to be more frequent, and sometimes you're not going to want to get team wiped, so sometimes it's better to wait and coin. But this isn't one of those situations. But as a 2-man, you definitely want to save your coins as much as you possibly can, because you're probably going to need them later on. So even though it took a while and I had to circle quite far back, it is going to be better to res your teammate there instead of just letting them coin. And now we just go back to A. So the other vault, I think, has been opened. The other vault is in the cash out, and we won't have to deal with that if this vault doesn't go in. If Vault 5 doesn't go into this cash out here, we're not going to have to go and try and take the other cash out. So I throw 1 C4 by the jump pad, I RPG the C4 as the guy lands, they're super low, and I quickly just finish them off. I think someone else is going to come. Maybe not. I think teammate grabs the vault. Teammate throws the vault away, which is very, very good. You don't want the vault close to the cash out. You want it quite far from the cash out. I do a silly thing here. I try and charge and slam these 2 people. I suspected he would have been defibrillated, so I thought he might have been low. I just missed the charge and slam. I didn't hit them at all. But because my teammate threw the vault away, they're not going to really have time to get that into the cash out. Yeah, they're just not going to have time. There's like 10 seconds after the match. They'd have to go to Vault 5, get it, and then come back to A, where my teammate also is, so they're just not going to have time for that. And now that that vault isn't going to be in cash out A, now that we defended it well, we don't have to do anything. So cash out C is still in. No matter who gets cash out C, we're still going to win, so we're just going to chill in this corner for the rest of the game, and then we're going to qualify, and it's going to go on to round 3. But we don't have to do anything here. We're just simply going to win, because no matter who gets that cash out, we're still going to like at least be second. So yeah, we're gonna qualify. I'm gonna skip to round 3. So this is the start of round 3. I will just say, in most of the fights we have in this match, we don't win it because, like, I have super good aim or something. Like, my aim is fine. My aim is okay, but my aim isn't that good, right? We're not winning the fights because of, like, being able to headshot all of the enemies really, really quickly or anything. We're winning the fights because we play smart. Like, I use the C4 to blow people up. I RPG the group to get splash damage on everyone. My teammate heals me, stuff like that. That's why we win the fights, not because we've got the better aim. Right, I just thought I would point that out as well. Here, I chuck the dome shield down, try and take a few shots at someone. Teammate is low, I reload. I think we're just gonna lose this fight pretty quickly. I'm detected. I try and throw a C4 down there and blow it up in case someone comes up to follow me. And now someone's gonna be behind me. And someone comes up to my left as well. I try and use the charge of Sam to get out of there, maybe go res my teammate. But I think I'm just gonna get caught in this corner. Yeah. So that first fight just doesn't go very well. And when you're duo queuing, like, I think the fights when you have a two-man team are going to be easier at an objective, and I think you'll see that more in this match. But when there's no objective, when there's nothing the enemy team has to defend, then it's just a 3v2, and that's probably not going to go well for you. But if the enemy has to defend something, then, like, they have to be quite close to that and they have to keep an eye on it. If you start stealing it, they have to try and stop you from stealing it, right? So there's more options when the fight is at a cash out. When it's like not by an objective at all, then or when they're not defending anything, I should say, then there's, like, you're probably just not going to win that fight. It is just going to be a 3v2. I don't push the button here. Someone throws like a grenade and they push the button on the elevator, so I just send it back down and I wait for my teammate. I think I am going to try and throw a dome shield on this, but I think it's not going to work on the elevator. Yeah, it, like, falls through the elevator or something. But the person that was up here before isn't there anymore. I quickly destroyed the turret, reload the shotgun. Good to keep this gun reloaded, because it can be a little bit annoying when you have to pump it if you're, like, trying to shoot at someone. It's never great. I just chucked 2 C4 by both of those doors, so if someone comes through there, I can kill them. I saw someone come up here, or I heard them or something. I knew they were there somehow. I try and shout at Sam that this was probably not the best decision. One thing you can do with the charge of Sam is when it's about to run out, you can jump, and that does make it last a little bit longer, and you get, like, an extra attack in there. So you can do that. I think we're gonna die. Am I gonna die, or am I gonna res my teammate? I'm gonna die, so we get team wiped again. So that just wasn't great. I think that's pink, right? And was orange at the objective? No, it was pinks. It was pinks. And I think it was only one team. So yeah, that just didn't go very well. Coordination wasn't great. I also accidentally brought the elevator up at the start, which cost some time as well. So just not really a great fight in general. But this next one I think is going to be better. I think we're probably going to get this next cash out. Teammate marks cash out B. I mean, cash out A is probably the right decision here, but I'm not going to argue with them. I'm just going to go with them. They both have, like, a similar amount of time. I think B is slightly more, but it does also take slightly longer to get to. So you could go to either one here. I don't know what that is. It's like maybe all 3 of them were shooting me at the same time, but I seem to die real quick there. I blew up the thing. I try and steal it, and I think we are going to die here again. I die. Teammate is probably going to die as well. That was just like a last hurrah attempt. Whenever there's not much time left on a cash out, just do that. Unless, like, you've got a bunch of cash and getting team wiped would be bad. Just run to the cash out. Don't try and kill the enemy team. Just try and go for the cash out. Because, like, that's how we won the last game, right? We won the last game by, like, me distracting the enemies and the teammate just going for the cash out, and they happen to get it. That's how you're going to win games in these types of situations. You're not going to win by wiping the enemy team and, like, not getting the cash out because there's not enough time on it. You're going to win the game by stealing the cash out and then dying, but you got it, even though there's still a full team of 3 people left, right? So when it's in those situations, those last second cash out situations, just try and steal it, because that's the only thing that's going to benefit. Like, that's the high risk, high reward situation. But even if you don't try, don't try and steal it at all, that's, like, not going to do anything for you. You're not going to win like that, right? So you might as well try and steal it in those situations. But anyway, you see someone has a vault here, and I'm just camping cash out C. Why? So I can blow someone up. I get a second one real quick. Third one is down there, and that's just a team wipe. Now I don't know what happens here, but the bell for the team wipe is really, really slow. Yeah, okay. No, I thought it was slower than that, but it's not, so just don't mind that. But yeah, I chucked 2 C4 on the cash out because I saw they were coming. Then I RPG'd the C4 as well. So if you don't know, 2c4 isn't enough to kill a heavy anymore. I'm not sure if it's enough to kill a medium either. So just RPG it as well. Now they're definitely going to die. So I got one by RPGing them and also hitting them with 2c4. And then I got the other one just by shotgunning them. And then the third one was a little bit low as well, I think. Maybe my teammate hit them a bit. So I went to destroy the zipline. I got one as they were coming across, and then I destroyed it, so if there was a third one, they couldn't come across as well. So 2 got across, but then I destroyed it so the third one couldn't come if they were coming after. And I think my teammate must have got one as well, because we got a team wipe there, so teammate must have got a kill too. But that's 2 team wipes we got there on the same team quite quickly, and I'm pretty sure they have 3 people. I don't think they've only got 2 or anything like that. I'm fairly sure they've got 3 people on their team. So both of those fights just went quite well. C4 in the first fight was very, very good, and the RPG. In the second fight, I don't know, I just kind of shot them as they were coming across the zipline, and they were coming in a straight line, so maybe it was just quite easy to hit shots. If you hit shots with the SA-1216, that's gonna pack a real punch. So I see them coming here again. I try and hit this guy mid-air. I missed the shot. I probably shouldn't have done that. I see the heavy here. I try and charge the SAM. It's not the best choice because I fall all the way down. They blow up the C4 that would have been on the cash out. I just run outstairs. Teammate is dead. Managed to get one here, and my teammate must have done really well in that fight as well, because like 2 of them were dead already. I only killed 1 orange there. Actually, what I think happened was the mines on the cash out blew up, and my teammate got 2 of them with the mines, and my C4 blew up as well. So I think my teammates got the kill for that because they had the mines on the cash out, and my C4 was also gone. So I don't think they blew up the C4. I think the mines blew them up and they died. I think that's what happened in that fight, actually. And then I was able to kill the last orange. So, you know, putting C4 on cash out is very, very good. Putting mines on it is also better. Is also good, not better. The mines hitboxes can sometimes be a bit weird. Like, sometimes you'll walk right over a mine and it just won't blow up, and other times it will blow up if you're a little bit far from it. So, definitely not the most consistent, but every now and again you will get important kills with them, like we just did. My teammate was running over to Vault 5 there. I'm marking Vault 6. We're in first place again, so we don't have to do anything now. We are actually going to have to do something, but I'll explain that in a minute. For now, I'm just going to defend Vault 6, because I know people are at 5, and I know 5 is going to open. I don't know if people are at 6. I don't know if people are going to open 6, so you just want to defend this. You don't want to open this vault. If you open this vault, then... yeah, so if you open this vault and then someone kills you, they can grab the vault and put it into a cash out really, really quickly, and you don't want a cash out to be started here. But if you don't open the vault and then someone kills you, they have to then open it themselves, which costs an extra 20 seconds of time. So not opening this vault just buys you 20 seconds of time. Yes, you can open it, chuck some C4 in it, and then bring it somewhere far away from a cash out, but it's always going to be better to just not open this at all. And also, let's say the other team, let's say Purple here had Vault 5, and they saw us opening the vault. Maybe they wouldn't have put the vault in to the other cash out if this vault wasn't open. That one is a little bit more obscure, but, you know, that happens as well sometimes. So we've got 2C4 on this, we've got a couple of mines on it as well. I'm just messing around here. And at some point soon, I'm going to realize that Purple is quite close to us. So if Purple just gets a couple of kills, they're going to be ahead of us, and I don't really want that to happen. I think it's 200 cash for a kill, so if they get, yeah, if they just get a couple of kills, they're going to be ahead of us, which isn't going to be good. So I'm going to stay by Vault 6 for another few seconds. I also check the scoreboard to see how many kills Purple has, because if they've got a bunch of kills, they're probably going to get a couple more. If they don't have many kills at all, then we're probably okay. But they do have a good few kills, so I'm just staying another couple of seconds by Vault 6, and now I kind of decide that there's not going to be enough time for anyone to get this vault in to cash out B, so I start running to the other cash out. Now, what you want to do here is either get a couple of kills to make sure Purple doesn't overtake you, or make sure Purple gets the cash out. Because if Purple gets the cash out, you're going to qualify. But if one of the other teams get the cash out and Purple is ahead of you, then you come in third place and you don't win. So, Purple has got the cash out and they're also ahead of us on cash. So, if things stay how they are right now, we're gonna win. So you don't actually have to do anything right here. You just want to make sure that if someone else starts stealing the cash out, you kill them. You don't want to get this for yourself, like you can, but that's a lot riskier, because if you get wiped, then we don't win at all. So you have to make sure you don't get wiped, and you have to make sure that Purple gets this cash out. Someone starts stealing it there for a second, they just like baited it, but it's a little bit sketchy, so I go a little bit closer. There's 17 seconds left in the match. I'm quite sure that, I'm not going to get wiped here. I'm playing very carefully so I don't get wiped. 10 seconds after the match. Takes 6 seconds to steal the cash out. I chuck this dome shield down. I'm quite safe. I just chuck some C4 by the cash out as well. I'm going to try and blow that up. But purple remains the victor. They got the cash out. We came in second place and we win. So sometimes there is a lot of thinking involved in those last minute vaults. And sometimes you want to make sure that a certain team gets it. Like there, we wanted to make sure that purple got it because that would mean that we were still in second place. But yeah, there you go. And now we're on to the final round. So this is the final round, and we're going to the only vault that we can go to. They open it. It doesn't really matter who opens it in the final round because you don't get any cash for it. But I like when it opens quickly because it just gets the match started. I chucked 2 C4 in this barrel. I'm going to try and C4 barrel someone because that's going to be quite a good way of like killing multiple people at once in the enemy team. I C4 barrel someone. I don't get the kill though. And then I RPG someone as well, but I think someone was healing them. And I just get killed quite quickly. I do quite a poor charge and Sam as well. So that doesn't go very well. Neither of us got any kills. But I would have said this earlier, it's going to be easier as a 2-man team to fight at an objective. Because when you're fighting at an objective, rather, there is something the enemy team has to defend, whereas when there's no objective really, you know, it's just a 3v2, that's probably not going to go so well for you. So I think I'm actually just going to skip to the next fight because we're going to be running here for a second, so I'll do that. We are just going to jump pad across to the enemy team. I'm going to get a RPG shot in there. I'm very low. Chuck a dome shield down. When you're low, chuck a dome shield. I see a goo barrel. I goo the door. I put C4 on the other door. I just gooed that one off. They're not going to come through that one. They're going to come through the other one, right? They're going to go around and try and flank. So I blew them up. I get the other one. Now there's one more heavy. I just charge and sand this dude, and I am going to get the assist on that kill, and we just wiped the enemy team. So, you know, I would have said this earlier as well, but we're not going to win this fight because we've got, insane aim or anything. We're going to win the fight with game sense. We're going to use game sense in the fight. So there, I gooed off a door. They were obviously going to go around, so before they got round, I chucked 2 C4 by the other door. They came through. I blew them up. Where I think I got a kill from that C4, and also, like, they would have been a bit low as well. So, you know, you could, like, there's game sense when it's, like, not to do with fighting, but you can also incorporate game sense into the fighting as well. You can make, like, tactical plays, which is what just got us that team wipe, so you be aware of that as well. Game sense isn't just for, like, which objectives should I go to, it's also for in fights. Teammate manages to, I think, get a kill there. They stopped the cash out anyway. I get a kill, chuck a dome shield by this totem, because totem camping is very, very strong. Obviously, the enemy is going to try and revive, right? And I try and charge and sound this medium, and I do get that kill. So, again, that's just a second team wipe. And that one went well, because the enemy kind of just rushed the cash out there. That wasn't great for the enemies. They rushed the cash out. They did have a good bit of time there. They could have just stayed a little bit longer, waited a little bit longer, and gone for us first. There's only 2 people on our team, right? They only have to eliminate 2 people before they go for the cash out. They did have a good few seconds there, so they just rushed the cash out quite quickly, and I think one of their teammates was maybe a little bit far behind as well, because it took him a second to come around that corner to try and res. So I think that was just poor coordination from the enemy team. But hey, we got the cash out. So, and now we're going to go to Vault 2. You would have noticed there, we ran away from the cash out quite early there. But that's because the enemy team was respawning and they weren't going to respawn that close. So we were able to like safely run away a good distance before it was actually finished and just towards where we thought the next vault was going to spawn. So that's a thing that you can do in the final round, but you can't really do that in any of the other rounds because like a third party team might just steal the cash out. So watch out for that. I detected, again, enemy is recon sensors. I don't think recon sensors are that good, but they've got them on, and, you know, I guess the detected thing showing up is quite annoying, so to each their own. I'm going to chuck 2 C4 in this barrel. I don't really know why I'm doing that. I think maybe in case someone goes to steal it. I thought that was my teammate's totem I was picking up there. It wasn't, and now I'm running up some stairs. I'm going to try and window hop that, and then I just get wiped. So again, fighting at the objective is going to give us more options. That wasn't at an objective, and we just get team wiped, so I'm gonna skip to the next fight. I don't really know what's happening here. Teammates, like, the enemies are, like, shooting at each other or something. I'm not too sure why, but anyway, I'm just gonna skip to the next fight. We are going to cash out B. It hasn't been put in yet, but it's probably about to be. They're most likely going to be on the roof. In fact, I see them up here. Teammate braves it. Teammate just goes for it. So I try and chuck a dome shield down. I RPG the heavy. I don't know why the enemies dropped down. They had a very good position there. They probably shouldn't have dropped down. I get this one super low, and I'm trying to finish them off. And then I'm going to try and finish the third one off. But the third one gets me because I was super low. So that just doesn't go so well. That was a very, very fast fight. But luckily, the vault wasn't in yet, so that just bought us a bunch of time, really. And we've only got 12 seconds before we revive. So that's not gonna cost us so much time. If the enemies had put the vault into the cash out first and then wiped us, that obviously would have been worse, because we would have had less time to, like, come back from the fight. So if you're ever... if you've ever got the vault and you're about to put it into the cash out, put it into the back cash out as soon as you can, because that's going to give the enemy the fewest amount of opportunities to get the cash out back, right? I suspect the enemies are on the roof here, so I'm going to go to the roof and try and take them out. They're not on the roof. I see my teammates though. I go to where my teammate is. They get killed by gas, possibly the mines on the cash out. I shoot this guy a lot. They are dead. I don't know where the enemies are, so I'm just going to try and revive. I'm not going to throw a dome shield here because I don't know where the enemies are. They're not around. I'm just going to try and res without any protection here. It works. Maybe a little bit risky, but it does work. And the other enemy was getting revived as well. Try and do a C4 barrel here, just a sneaky one. They were a little bit close. I try and throw it past them slightly and then blow it up so it doesn't hit me as well. But it does not work. It doesn't even get them at all, actually. And we get team wiped. So that was not great. And now we probably only have one more opportunity to fight here. But here's something interesting happens. This guy is resing his teammate, and the teammate he just resed, throws the C4 down, they throw another C4 down, and they blow themselves up. So I have absolutely no idea why that enemy did that. At the start of the match, they were fighting us, and now it seems like they're not fighting us anymore. I don't know if they're trying to, like, even the odds and make it a 2v2, but that is, like, you know, that doesn't go well if we get a team wipe, and now we're gonna win. So I don't know what that enemy was thinking. I don't know if they wanted to, like, even the odds or anything, but I think heavy and medium versus medium and medium, the heavy and medium is gonna win that fight, so I don't think it was exactly fair. I don't know why they literally just threw that match, but, you know, it works for us, and we do end up winning. If they didn't do that, you know, we still might have won, because we got the first cash out just fine, even when it was a 3v2, so it's not like the heavy was playing like that for the whole game. They even had a couple kills and all. I don't really know what happened there, but hey, we won, so there you go. And one last thing to note here is when you play with someone that's good on your team, if you, like, have good team coordination and all that kind of stuff, especially if you're solo queuing, then you should probably add them and play with them again. So I got a friend request from this guy here because we won that game as a duo, which is pretty impressive, to be fair. I will say I don't think the enemies were fantastic in any of the rounds, really, but we still won. So I send the friend request and we get the invitation, and now we're going to duo queue for the next match. So if you're ever solo queuing and you have, like, a good game with certain teammates, just send them a friend request and then, you know, play around with them and see how that one goes. Because if you do well in one of the matches with them, you're probably going to do well in a different match with them. So that's one last thing to note there. But yeah, we won as a duo, and that's this video. There you go. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.